Jason Porter with the Red Hat Developers Program here at Red Hat Summit 2017 with Brian Leathem and my mind just blanked out.
Leslie Hinson.
Leslie Hinson, that's right. Wow. It's only 10 o'clock. It's been a long day already. All good. And these two work on Patternfly. So it's kind of our front end kind of initiative. It plays in the same realm as Bootstrap and Zurb Foundation, right?
Yeah.
Very good. And so what it? Well, I said where it is. What exactly is it, and how does it differ from Bootstrap?
So it's based on Bootstrap, but Patternfly is an open source design system. We gear it towards enterprise web applications, and it goes beyond Bootstrap. So Bootstrap gives us a nice foundation, and it's responsive, and a lot of dev teams are familiar with Bootstrap, but we go a step further. We are designers and developers that work on the project. There's additional requirements that enterprise applications have that Patternfly answers those needs.
Okay. Very good. Oh, is it just for websites? Can I use it for a hybrid application for emails? What can I use it for?
Enterprise web apps. So we don't gear towards websites right now. It's enterprise apps, web apps.
All right. Very good. Very good. And you said it builds on top of Foundation. Are we adding any components to it?
It builds on top of Bootstrap.
Sorry. Right. Bootstrap.
Right. Yeah. So if you're a developer building your web application, you're using Bootstrap and you find that Bootstrap is missing in certain enterprise use cases, charting components, dashboards, some advanced form usages, you can bring Patternfly in at that point. You can use our Patternfly components right alongside the Bootstrap components and build out your enterprise application. We also we provide a Bootstrap theme that tightens things up a bit, makes it a bit more better use of real estate, which is something that you want in a more enterprise style application use case than you get out of Bootstrap.
All right, very good. And how does the community go about interacting with Patternfly?
So we have a number of different ways that we communicate. We have a Slack channel, and we also have a mailing list. We have a community meeting that we have monthly, and so people...
That happens on Slack?
No, it's a Blue Jeans meeting that we have.
All right.
And then we also have communication on GitHub. Everything's on GitHub.
Very good.
That's one of the neat aspects of the project is design done in the open. So we have Patternfly /Patternfly-design repo on GitHub, where we have markdown files that document all our patterns. And so when we're working on a new pattern, we'll put it in as a pull request with new markdown describing what that design pattern is. We have our discussion amongst our designers and developers out there in the open for the public to follow along and participate in. So it's design done in the open, which is pretty cool.
What all goes into, say I want to create a new pattern, right? So I want to create a new pull request for the pattern. What all is entailed in that? Do I need to submit a wireframe, documentation, CSS, HTML? What all goes into that?
Yeah, there's many facets to submitting to Patternfly. So if you are a CSSer and just want to do the CSS code, we'll work with you to make sure that we have the design documentation in place for that. We also have a decision tree that helps us to identify when components are common. So Patternfly is answering common problems, so we're not going to have product-specific type solutions in there. So we make sure to have that conversation about, is this answering the needs of multiple products or, across the board.
Okay. Is it, if I create a pull request, is it straight CSS that I'm submitting, or is it less, or Sass? What am I going to be submitting?
Right, okay, so if we look at how Patternfly is implemented, I mentioned we have the Patternfly design repository, which is the collection of markdown files that describe our designs, just to describe the patterns. Then we have the CSS, which is the implementation of the visuals of the design. And then we have JavaScript, which is the implementation of the behaviors of the design. The CSS is built on top of Bootstrap, so we're using less right now with Bootstrap 3. We're already looking at building on top of Bootstrap 4, and they've made the move to Sass, so we'll be making the move to Sass with them. In terms of JavaScript, we offer integration with a number of different frameworks. Our initial behaviors were implemented using jQuery plugins. We follow that on with Angular Patternfly for Angular 1 components, implementing our pattern behavior. And we've just started the Patternfly NG and Patternfly React repos to target Angular 2+ and React framework integrations.
Good. Yeah, I was just going to ask about that. Okay.
Right. So those are new initiatives. We're forming little communities around these Patternfly repositories to encourage developers to contribute, get involved. So we've been holding open meetings with them, getting feedback. A number of developers have already started implementing Patternfly to target these frameworks, and we have a number of isolated efforts, and so we're trying to bring them together in these new repository-focused communities.
Okay.
Sorry, framework-focused communities
Right.
around
Now,
Patternfly.
if I'm doing an Angular app, I know the Angular and the Ionic combination is very popular.
Yep.
How well does Patternfly play with Ionic?
So Patternfly we wouldn't really be used with Ionic. You'd use one or the other.
Okay.
So Ionic
I'm not going to be
provides.
pulling in components for both of them.
Not really, no.
Okay.
No. The styles wouldn't mesh well. The user interactions wouldn't mesh well. And we have a lot of overlapping use cases.
Okay.
So you would choose one or the other, really. Same thing with like material design. You choose one or the other.
Very good.
Uh,
Okay. And the website is patternfly.org, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Very good. And anything else that you think developers would be interested in as far as Patternfly goes?
I think with the project, it's just interesting project because it's a place where designers and developers can work together. And so it's a interesting dynamic. It's fun.
All right.
All right. Very good.
Can I just add that we use Patternfly internally within Red Hat to build the interfaces for a number of our different products to provide a consistent user experience to our customers, to our community, and then we make it available as the open source project for our community to build their own interfaces with. And so when you build with Patternfly, you're taking advantage of all the design expertise that we have within the user experience and design team at Red Hat, and leveraging all that expertise in your application. So if you're a small shop building a web application, you can't really bring that design power to your company yourself. By using Patternfly, you're gaining access to our efforts through the open source process, which is pretty cool.
Very good. Very good. And we said it's patternfly.org, and the Slack channel once again is?
So if you go to slack.patternfly.org, you can get an invite to patternfly.slack.com.
Okay, very good. And your community meetings are on Blue Jeans.
Yep.
When's the next one of those?
All of our information is posted on our community page on our website.
Okay. All right, very good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you.
All right.